Hey everyone, and welcome to this new episode of the Escapist Corner. Happy to have you here. Today we're going to go through three topics. We're going to go through the momentum method. We're going to go through next week's workouts, and also we're going to go through the next training cycle with some comments. So hang out and hopefully learn something today. So first of all, we introduced something called the momentum method this week. And the momentum method is something that we've been working on for a couple of years, really. And we just didn't have a good name for it. But the idea behind this is that the only way to really be, you know, successful in training, having healthy habits, healthy lifestyle, and so on, is to have consistency. And to have consistency and this kind of motivation for consistency, you need to have some momentum. And you only get momentum from what it actually means by actually having action repeatedly happening. So when you look into the momentum method that we launched this week, it was also combined with a message from Vanda, and because we wanted to target specifically people that are struggling with their training maybe after a while. It can be when life kind of changes. So, new job, family changes. You might move, you might have an injury. And in all these cases, you kind of need to have something to keep the momentum going. And specifically in this case, it was about the injuries section of it. So let's say that you have a small nagging injury, and what many do is they might ignore it and it gets worse. Or even worse, they also kind of just go to a dead stop. And that dead stop is usually a long term something that is going to pull everyone back. So the momentum method is here to kind of support that. So in this case, what what are the action steps to keep the momentum going? First, we want to assess the the problem. So we need to book a focus talk. We need to assess the problem, and we need to create some kind of plan. That means adaptive training. That means scaled versions, but also to have a prepared list of things to do, and to know also that you can actually continue pretty well. And you just need to shift your mindset a bit to keep the momentum going. And the benefit of doing this, and I use this example from a guy who competed in the CrossFit Games called Brent Fikowski. He had one of his best performances where he came on a second or third place um, was after a year of injury. And what happened was that he injured his knee and he couldn't train his legs that much. So he became really strong in his upper body. He put his focus on getting really good at upper body strength. And that really paid off because now he's a very tall athlete. He could do a lot of like strength movements overhead. Now, that was for competition, but we can use the same principle for us in our regular life, and it works there too. If I have something, an obstacle, I can shift my focus to the things I can do, and that will really um, I will really reap the benefits from that, doing that later on. So the momentum method covers that, and I want this message to get out there because I really think it is something that's going to benefit every one of us. And I practice this myself. Um, and just lately, I had a shoulder injury this uh, yeah, in March. And basically, I couldn't continue training as usual, but I didn't do any special program and so on. I just adapted my training so I could keep on training, keep the momentum going. And at the same time, I have slowly started to implement some training for my shoulder. So it really, really works. And now I can do, snatches, clean and jerks, wall balls, and I can do straight high knees. I can do ring rows. I still have to work slowly on strength for the pull up and so on, but it's going to get there. And my focus is, again, to keep the momentum going. All right. So for next week's workouts, we're going to have a bit of a deload week because we just finished a 9 week cycle. So for everyone that is, yeah, needs to rest their body a bit, they can now have the chance, but it doesn't mean we're not gonna do some good workouts. So, for example, on Monday, we're gonna start with a um, pretty cool workout that's gonna really attack our legs. We're gonna do a lot of lunges and step ups, and when you do this workout, as I see these workouts, it's a longer workout. You need to pace yourself, and that's going to increase the fat burning, but it's also going to increase the amount of reps that you're going to be doing after this. This is one of these workouts where people that don't have so much experience with leg training, or especially for the glutes, is to actually take it a bit easier on the weights, so you don't burn out too much in the workout, but also that you're not too much in a fatigue for the rest of the week. We're also going to do some jump rope skills for that day and practice those double unders, crossover double unders, single unders, you name it. All right. On Tuesday, we're going to do some cleans and some core, and we have a nice accessory workout for that. On Wednesday, we have a really good burner. Me and Mark talked about this being one of the cool challenges, thrusters and burpees. It's a classical combo from the open usually, and I'm excited to see how most of you work on this. In accessory to this, we're gonna do some handstand practice, and we're gonna do some endurance for hanging on the bar. So it's grip strength and also balance and coordination. So full package on Wednesday. Thursday, we're gonna do some running and some deadlifts. Most part of this workout, it will start as a more running workout, and then as a ladder, become more and more of a deadlift workout. On Friday, we're gonna practice pull-ups, and we're gonna then have a workout where we are gonna combine pull-ups and some machine work and some wall walks. So full package there, mostly gymnastics, but also some monostructural. So great start into the weekend. And on Saturday, we're gonna have a bit of an easier day, just moving as we usually do. And on Sunday, we have an early team workout. So make sure to sign up for the classes if you haven't already. And let's dive into the next training cycle that's going to start the week after that. It's going to be an 8 week training cycle, and we're going to have 3 different focus points. It's going to be back squats, deadlifts, and Olympic lifts. And we're going to have also accessory work happening to these, which is going to be a lot about shoulder strengthening, posture strengthening. And that's going to be with weighted pull-ups. It's going to be with bent over rows. We're going to work with the bands. So you're going to see that in the next upcoming weeks. And in the first 4 weeks, we're going to do a bit of a test at the start, but then we're going to do accumulate some volume and work a lot on the technique. In the middle of the cycle, week 5 and 6, the intensity is going to be a bit higher. We're going to lift heavier, and we're going to continue to focus on the form, but this is where we're going to start to put the CNS bit to the strain. And then we're going to have a bit of a deload week before we go for a test week at the end. So you're going to be able to improve the leg strength, back strength, core strength, upper body strength. And on top of this, obviously, we're going to work a lot on the metabolic conditioning um, to come. Also, what we're going to see on the weekends is we're going to have the Escapist games. We're going to have a retest of the open workouts that are also going to come up on Saturdays. So it's going to be full packed for the next weeks to come. So make sure to sign up for these classes regularly and check the weekly plan so you can also hit the workouts that you want. Yeah, so I think this training cycle, what it really does, it really serves you if you are completely new, but it also serves us that have been training for years because it really doesn't matter because the percentages are going to be about the same. The volume might be a bit higher when you start, when you're getting more proficient, but it's always the same key rules, and we never stop being humble about just getting slightly better. Um, yeah, what else can you do? You can again book focus talks in combination of this. It doesn't have to be um, necessarily with the momentum method, but you can book those focus talks. You can get your body scan, go in, get some data on where you are, maybe analyze some of the lifts. And I want you to, thrive when you train. We're also gonna start to increase some more of the Club Plus Plus classes. And again, this is for individual programs that we coach. We're going to have maximum group of 4 of those. So yeah, we're going to have more of those going out there. And this is for, specific work, specific, if it's mobility, strength, gymnastics. We're going to work on key components for you as a member in those classes. Now, it is an extra program, yes, but it's also there for this accountability and keep people in the loop. If you don't really struggle with accountability or you don't struggle with many things else, I don't think that you need to do this. But if you feel like you're struggling with something, this is absolutely the cure for that. And yeah, don't forget to share your wins with the other people in the class. This is very important. It might motivate somebody just at that moment, and this is super important of the yeah, in the surroundings we're in. So I thank you very much for listening today and look forward to the upcoming week and the weeks after that. See you next time. Bye bye.